Hi, everybody. This is Michelle Cook Hall with Renewed Mind Revolution Podcast. And listen, I am here to share with you some tips and some tools that will assist you in becoming a better you. It does not matter how long you've been in the place that you are in, how many mistakes you've made, or how long you've made them. You have to know that you can start all over again. You have to know that you can click that reset button and start all over again. It is always my honor. It is always my privilege to be able to come today and share with you some tips and some tools that I know is going to help you. And guess what? When I'm helping you, I'm helping myself. So it's always exciting for me to be able to come and share some information with you guys and check with you to see how you're doing and to remind you how strong you are and how great you are and how beautiful you are on this great day. Listen, I had something that come to me today, and I said I had to make sure that I got to you guys as quick as possible. I could not even wait to share this information with you because it was pressing on me. It was on my heart. So I knew I had to come on and not even wait for another week to be able to come and share this with you. So you know I'm excited about this because I know it's something that you need to hear. And when I'm sharing things, I'm not just helping you, but I'm helping myself as well by helping you. So I'm so excited today, and I hope everybody is doing really, really great today. Even if you've had some challenging moments, the fact that you are still alive, you have an opportunity to start all over again and click that reset button and start your day all over again and start off fresh. If you woke up and some things hit you and made it a little challenging for you, which I understand those kind of mornings and days, we can always make sure that we just go ahead and click that reset and say, listen, I gotta at least end my day on a better note than it has been this morning. So we have that power, we have that authority in the way that we look at things and the way we are determined to change things and look at it from another angle. So today, I won't keep you long, as I try not to do often, but I really wanted to share this with you. I was thinking, and this just came to me, very tough, because I've been seeing individuals who are dealing with so many challenges during this time. And we're talking about major shifting. We're talking about major transitions and people who are experiencing pain in a way they have never experienced it before. And it can become very heartbreaking. It can become very frightening. It can become very isolating for that person. So I come to once again just throw this little rope of hope, this little rope of rescue to you, so that you can see that even in this situation, you have a way out. We are not designed to fall or to fail or to give up. We are designed to be more than conquerors. Okay. So the topic is a very profound topic that I'm going to share with you today. And I hope that you're ready for it. And I know it's going to reach you where you are. And I only share, for those who do not know me, I only share information that I know of personally from my own experience and that I have researched. I do not believe in wasting your time, and I do not believe in sharing something with you that is not going to be beneficial or helpful to you where you are. So let's go. The topic is, I am fighting for my life. I am fighting for my life. That's our topic today. Now, when I say that, I want you to think about what's been going on with you. Okay? I want you to close your eyes. I'm going to close mine. And I want you to think about your experiences that you've had maybe the last 3 to 4 months. And it might have started even before the pandemic. Okay? But let's just go like the last 3 or 4 months, and all the challenges, all the changes, all the, the uprooting of your whole entire life as you knew it, And now you're finding a new norm. Okay. Some people are experiencing mental health issues that have never experienced it before. Okay, we're talking people, there's such a surge. Hear me, there's such a surge in anxiety and panic attacks. This is for a reason. This is happening for a reason. Okay, so let's talk about that. Close your eyes and just begin to think about all the things that you've been going through and how it's changed, and the moments that you felt alone, the moments that you felt hurt, the moment that you felt pain, the moment that you felt unsure and uncertainty. Come on, uncertain. Okay. The moments that you felt overwhelmed. Okay. The moment that you felt that this is the end, this is it, you know. Think about those moments and understand how important it is for you to take those moments and take charge of those moments and declare and decree over your life that you're going to live. That those were moments, those were times, those were things, but yet I'm still here. I'm still standing. I am still here. I might have been bruised from all of the changes. I might have been, shook up a little bit, tossed a little bit, but I am still here. Say that. I am still here. So when you look at all those different changes that has happened to you, like I said, even probably before COVID-19 and the pandemic and all these other changes and challenges that we have faced as a community, you are still here. But you realize and have to realize that you were in the fight of your life. Come on. This was the fight for your life. You're fighting for your peace. You're fighting for your happiness. You're fighting for your joy. You're fighting for hope again. You're fighting for you. You're fighting for you. And I always emphasize this, that how it amazes me how tired we can get on ourselves. Those who experience anxiety and panic attacks, you get this. You understand this perspective. Because one of the things that happen when you experience anxiety and panic attacks, you become so tired and overwhelmed that you kind of feel like, I'm done. I'm tired. I can't take anymore. This is no way of living. This is not a life for me. I cannot see myself dealing with this for 10, 20 more years. I am tired. And so sometimes you'll see people who just disconnect from other people. You will see them not show up for functions or gatherings anymore. If you see people, you might see that their appearance has changed. They're no longer keeping themselves up. You might see them overeat or not eat at all because they've given up. But I have emphasized, and I will emphasize as long as I have breath in me, we cannot give up on ourselves. You cannot give up on you. So you are fighting for your life. You got so much that can come against you. We're talking generational curses. Come on, things that had nothing to do with you, but was passed on from one generation to the next generation, next generation. This is the fight of your life. Health issues that could have come down from one generation to the next generation. Hereditary diseases. It has nothing to do with you. You've done everything right, but yet you're facing this disease or this challenge to your body. Come on, you're fighting for your life. I love to see stories where people who have been challenged with a health issue and they just took it and they were a boss about it, okay? They took it and they took it by its head, okay? And they did not allow it to overcome them, to make them drown in it. They didn't allow it to kill them, to destroy them. But there are some people who just look at it and they say, okay, this is the cards that I was dealt. Let me work my cards. Let me work this. Let me take authority of this. Let me take power over this. And I just love those stories. I love those stories of triumph. It's just beautiful to me to see someone who, I know you've seen those videos of individuals who going through some very trying sickness and a disease, and you watch every phase of that disease try to break them, and you see at the end how they conquered it. how they kept a positive mindset and positive thinking and a positive attitude. And they would tell you that that made the difference. They prayed and they believed and they had support, and they did not give themselves over to that disease. And I love those stories. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. Because it further proves what I speak about all the time. It further proves that it is possible. It further proves that you got the authority, that you have the power, you have the strength. That if you were dealt the cards, if you were dealt the issues, the problems, or whatever, or concerns, that you can handle it. Don't let it handle you. You are in the fight for your life. This is the fight of your life. We're talking about major changes in your life. We're talking about things that you have never experienced before. A hurt, a pain that you have never experienced before. You can't give in to it. You can't give up. You have to make a decision that I'm going to fight for me. Because if nobody else will, if there is not a circle around you that is rooting you on, physically rooting you on, understand that God said he'll never leave you, nor will he ever forsake you. So you still have somebody that is stronger than all the people that we surround ourselves with, who has your back. So you can make it. You can take it. You can handle it, because you're not doing it by yourself. You are in the fight for your life. You are in the fight for your life, and you deserve freedom. You deserve peace. You deserve happiness. You deserve joy. I remember a time in my life, and I've shared this before, where my family, we had been hit by so much tragedy. It was like constant. You know, it was to the point that I didn't even want to answer my phone because there was so much going on. So much loss, so much grief, so much pain. It was just one thing after another. And I remember saying constantly for about 2 or 3 months, I can't take anything else. You know, I had made up in my mind, I can't take anything else. And if anything else comes, I'm not going to make it. If anything else comes my way, I'm not going to be able to take it. I'm not going to be able to handle it. So what did I do when I did that? I had already put myself in a place of defeat. I had already declared and decreed that if anything else come, it's going to break me. Anything else come, I'm not going to be able to win. I'm not going to be able to stand my ground, stand on faith, stand on what I believe, stand on every promise that God has made to me. I've already just slashed all my blessings, all my promises, and spoke something totally different and opposite than what God has said for me. And I did this for like 2 or 3 months. I mean, I was constantly saying it. Now, one more thing. I cannot handle one more thing. Please don't let anything else happen. And what was really almost comical about it, I was pretty much saying it as if it was in my prayer. You know, Lord, please don't let anything else happen, because I cannot take. I'm telling God. Does this make any sense? I'm telling God, I cannot handle it. I cannot take it. Well, God knows what I can handle. God knows what I can take. But I'm telling him, come on, somebody. This is the lack of wisdom that we show sometimes. This is the lack of wisdom that we exercise sometimes. But I'm just being transparent with you guys, because I believe in doing that. Because if it can help you to not do what I've done, then I'm going to go ahead and expose me today. Okay? I don't mind doing it. I'm not ashamed of anything, because everything that I've done, I've learned from it. Okay? I've learned from it. And that's what we can do. That's what we are people, and we're supposed to learn and grow. And I'm constantly growing. I hope you're doing that too. Constantly growing. So I had already, put in my prayer, telling God, not one more thing, God. I cannot handle one more thing. But God is so gracious and merciful to me and to us, that even in that, me saying that, he gave me an opportunity to hear myself. And he gave me an opportunity to change that. I began to pray over myself for healing, and pray over myself for all the things that I have been through, so that I can get the healing that I need, And what was so amazing about this is that other things did come. It did come. I mean, it was really life-changing things that came after that hurt. my core. But it didn't break me like I thought it would. Because before it happened, he gave me a chance to change that. But before that, all I was saying was, if one more thing comes, I'm not going to be able to take it. I'm not going to be able to handle it. It's going to break me, God. I cannot, because I had experienced so much hurt before. And so I'm saying this to you because I don't want you to do that. I don't want you to set yourself up for failure with your words and with your thinking. I don't want you to tell God what you can't handle, because he knows what we can handle. He knows what we can take. He knows this. He knows everything about us. Everything. The Bible says he even knows how many strands of hair. He knows the number of strands of hair on our heads. If he knows that, then he definitely knows what I can handle. Who am I to tell him what I can handle and what I can take? Come on. This is the fight for your life. We cannot play with this. We can't entertain this. We have to stop it right when it starts. We have to make sure we push that pause button and watch what we are saying and be mindful of what we are thinking and stop it immediately. I heard a individual who had experience with teaching about negative thinking and anxiety and depression. And they said that the first, when you have a negative thought, that first 30 seconds, you need to snatch that right down. Like, don't entertain a negative thought. I did a teaching on fix your focus. And so he said within the first 30 seconds of that negative thinking, snatch it. And I'm going to tell you from experience, I've entertained it way longer than 30 seconds. I mean, I've come back to it. I drop it and go right back to that same thing that was in my head 30 minutes ago. Better yet, 30 seconds ago. Come on, let's be honest with one another. We have put into practice the wrong things. And I always teach that whatever you practice, you perfect, right? Whatever you put into practice, that's what you are perfecting. So we have perfected just negative thinking, setting ourselves up for defeat, speaking doom and gloom over our lives and our situations and our finances. I mean, we pretty much set ourselves up for failure when we don't really, know what's going to happen. So, for example, like say like this. Say you want a job, right? You really want this job, but you feel like you're not qualified for this job. So you're filling out the application and you're putting your resume together. And you pretty much, when you're handing your information over and submitting your information, you got your head down. Like, I don't even know why. I'm submitting this. And if they happen to call you for your interview, you get dressed and you're ready to go. But you feel like, I'm wasting my time. I don't even know where I'm going to show up. I know there are people that are way more qualified than I am. And so you're setting yourself up for a fall. You're setting yourself up for a fail before it even happened. This is negative thinking. And you follow the negative thinking with negative actions. And this is so dangerous. So dangerous. It's a pattern of behavior that we have to stop, because we are fighting for our lives. I mentioned generational curses. I mentioned generational curses because these are things that has nothing to do with us. We didn't cause it. We didn't start anything. I mean, it's just things that come down the family line. They're real. They're real things. Real things that come to our lives based upon some things that people way before us have done. This is a pattern of behavior. Let's talk about generational curses a little bit, because when we talk about I'm fighting for my life, we're talking about things that can come down that generational line. So you have to understand some of the dangers of generational curses. You have to understand the danger of that so that you can understand it, expose it. What do we do? Expose it, and then we can begin our healing. Okay? Generational curses are described as a spiritual bondage that is passed down from one generation to another. One symptom of a generational curse is continual negative pattern of something being handed down from generation to generation. Okay, so just a negative pattern that just we're talking 3 to 4 generations or more. Okay, 3 to 4 generations or more. This is how serious this is. One of the first steps to dealing with generational curses is getting to the root. You all know that is my thing. I love that. I believe in getting to the root. I believe when you get to the root of something, then the healing can take place. When you ignore it, when you just ignore the root of the issue, you're never going to be able to heal from it. But you have to go back. You have to do your research to find out what started this. Okay, so the first thing in dealing with generational curses, because we're fighting for our life. Come on, we're fighting for our healing. We're fighting for our breakthroughs. We don't have time to constantly go in this circle of this over and over again. A reset button means that we're resetting. We're starting out over again. It does not mean that we're going to continue to repeat the same patterns over and over again and pass it on to our own children. We're not going to do that. Recognize this issue or this problem, this concern as a curse and not necessarily something that you have to adopt or embrace. I mean, one of the most ridiculous things that I hear is, well, hey, uncle was an alcoholic. The uncle before that was an alcoholic, so I really didn't have a choice. We just got a bunch of drinkers in our house, in our family. Come on. You don't have to adopt that. We don't have to embrace that. You forfeited your power. You forfeited your authority. We don't have to. It's not mandated that you embrace this behavior because you seen everybody else do it, and you just know that everybody in the family for generations have done it. We don't have to do it, but what do? We accept it. We think it's not a big deal. We just go ahead and we embrace it. But you don't have to embrace it. You don't have to adopt it. Get to the root. Go down your family tree if you have to and do your research. Think about when you first experienced your symptoms and what was going on at that particular time in your life. Don't tell me that's too much work, because then you're telling me that you are not worth it. And you're worth that. You're worth the effort of trying to find out when it did start. To not do that is neglectful to you and to your seeds, okay? Those who are following you. Once you realize that something is a problem, then you have that responsibility. And trust me, I get it. Sometimes you just feel like, why does it have to be me? It's a lot of responsibility for me. Why can they figure this out before me? I get it. But that's okay. You can handle it. That's why I was getting to you. You can handle it. If this enlightenment comes to you, if this light comes on during your watch, come on, then you're responsible for dealing with it. You're responsible for the healing of it. You can do it. You can do it. You are equipped to do it. You are created and designed to do it. Even social and economic settings, you can see the effects of generational curses. I'm telling you that poverty can be, I'm not saying is, but can be a generational curse. How many times have you heard someone say that they will break the cycle and be different than those before them? I have seen a very disturbing cycle in which 4 generations with lack of educational experience, failure to own their own property, and only income that they ever receive is from government assistance programs. I've seen this 4 generations of this in my own lifetime. Now, we're talking about both intentional and unintentional lack of drive and means to break a poverty cycle. So you have to see a bigger picture. This is a big picture. For generations like this, there is something definitely going on. This type of pattern is not normal. It's not normal. I know that those sometimes who are in this thinks that it's normal because it's all that they've seen, it's all that they know, but it's not normal behavior. The cycle of poverty, according to Wikipedia, is defined as a phenomenon where poor families become impoverished for at least 3 generations. I've seen 4. Okay. Another theory for the perpetual cycle of poverty is that poor people have their own culture with a different set of values and beliefs that keep them trapped within the cycle from generation to generation. Let me explain what I'm trying to say. You have a young girl who is raised in an unsupervised home where it is acceptable and necessary for her to become an adult before her time. So she's not allowed to be a child. She's not allowed to behave like a child, act like a child, think like a child. She's been put into an environment where immediately she has to become an adult. Her environment is her norm. This is her norm. Now, somebody from the outside looking in going, I don't even understand what's going on in that household or that family. But this is her norm. So when she becomes a teenager, she is educated quickly by those in her environment who has previously made the same choices. And although she might not want this for herself or her life or her future, she is pressed on every side to put aside all of her dreams and plans and do what she has to do. I've heard that 1,000 times. Do what you have to do. So it's just saying the people around this individual has taught her by their actions, by their teachings, how she should behave and how she should handle her life. And it's not always good. And so this becomes a curse because then she does it. Now she didn't have everybody else before her do it. Now she does it. And then what you think she's going to do to her children is pass the same thing on. And so you're going to have 5 generations of individuals who have not allowed the lifting of poverty off of their household, off of their family. Same thing with sicknesses and diseases and afflictions, or even addictions, as I stated. Some of that is passed on from generation to generation to generation, and we kind of just accept it. A lot of things happen to us from being, hereditary. It has nothing to do with us. We didn't do it. We didn't make poor choices, but it came down our family line. When you go to the doctor's office, they ask you all these questions based upon your family line. They want to know, has anyone ever had cancer? And they're not just talking about your parent. They'll actually did your grandparent have cancer? Has anyone ever had hypertension? Has anyone ever suffered from a stroke? Has anyone ever dealt with diabetes? I mean, they go down the line asking you about your siblings, about your parents, and your grandparents. And they're doing that because these things are generational. These things are hereditary, right? They're hereditary. They can go down your family line. And then when you go to mental health, they'll ask you, has anyone ever struggled with alcohol abuse, or, have anyone ever suffered from schizophrenia or all these other issues and anxiety and all this, because they want to know the family history. Okay. So you have so much that you are dealt with before you even have a say so. This is why I'm saying that you are in the fight for your life. Hear me very clearly. Because you have been dealt so many things before you even had a say so. So that's why you have a position to take. This is why it's imperative for you to take the right position in your life. Either I'm going to let this stuff come to me and consume me, take me out before my time. Come on. Or I'm going to take authority. I'm going to take a power over these situations and these events in my life and begin to say what the book stops here. The book, I did a podcast on that. Check it out. The book stops here. I am determined to live the life that God designed for me. I am determined to fulfill my purpose. I am determined to, have better days. I am determined to raise my family and see them be productive individuals in society, be a part of a solution and not a part of a problem. I am determined to see, the joy of the Lord in my life, the joy of the Lord in my family's life. I am determined to learn and to grow and to not allow life's moments and life situations to overcome, to make me forget who I am and whose I am. And whatever he has in store for you, God has in store for you, you have to hold on to that. And you have to know that you're worth it. You are worth it. You're so worth it to not give up on. No matter how many moments it seems as if the bad moments are more than the good moments. And I get that. I get it. I'm telling you, I get it. Where it seems like you have way more bad days than good days. But it has not always been like that. Let's go back. It has not always been like that. And it won't always be like that. And I think that's another thing that we kind of miss, is that we get really frustrated about the moment. It feels like it's forever. It feels like it will never change, but it will change for you. And so we have to remember that it's not forever. It was not like this for your entire life. And it won't be like this for the rest of your life. So you have to take a position. You have to take a position in your life. I have the power and I have the authority to change things around. This is not gonna break me. Okay? It is not gonna break me. It's not gonna break you. You can handle this. You can do this. And I'm so excited for your future. I'm so excited about you getting this today. Go back and play it again for yourself. Share it with somebody else that you know needs to hear this today. You are in the fight for your life. You deserve it. You deserve to push. You deserve to persevere. You deserve to press and keep going and keep moving, and do not allow anything or anybody to stop you from fulfilling your purpose and fulfilling your goal. As always, it has been my honor and my pleasure. This is Michelle Cook Hall on Renewed Mind Revolution Podcast. It's been my honor. God bless you guys and have a great day.